What's up, guys? Griffin here, coming back to y'all with another, part 5 now in our series of things that I wish I knew when I started my pest control business back in 2020. For those of you that don't know, wow, horrible time to get something in my eye. For those of you that are new to me and the channel, I'm the owner of Preferred Pest Management in the Rowlett, Texas area, Dallas, Texas, for those of you that aren't familiar to the area. And we've been in business for about 3 years. We are a six-figure company, grew to six figures our first year in business, and we're just building on top of it from there. I pretty much just document my journey through this business, teach you all things that I didn't know when I first started out here, things that work for me, things that don't work for me. I show you all the wins, the losses, all that good stuff. Just kind of try to keep it real. I know there's a lot of quote unquote gurus, not necessarily like in our industry or anything, but that just entrepreneurs and all that type of stuff who will try to make it seem like running a business is easy, you're going to be a millionaire your first week, blah blah blah. We keep it real over here. We're trying to get rich for sure, not get rich quick. The quicker the better, obviously, but I'm a man of faith, and I believe that Lord puts us through all these trials and stuff for a reason, and I just put that all out there for you all, so hopefully you all can learn from some of my mistakes, some of my trials, all that stuff. And I know not a lot of companies, their owners specifically, post a lot, if any, out there about this stuff. So with that, we will go ahead and get into part 5 now of our series titled Things That I Wish I Knew When I Started My Pest Control Business. Number 5 thing, and by the way, none of these are like in a specific order. These are things that like I'm literally thinking about popping up. I don't know about you guys, I have a lot of shower thoughts. I'll be in my cold shower, my cold bath, whatever the case may be, and just thinking on my thoughts. And I think about you guys in terms of coming up with these things that I wish I knew, and then I'll start making notes of it in my Apple Notes and my notebook, all that. So there's no specific order. It's just things that I'm like, man, if I had known this, we'd be so much further than we are right now, but we will be in the future. But enough all that. Like I said, number 5 thing that I wish I knew when I first started my business is to be open-minded going into the business. So seems obvious, right? Everybody always talks about the importance of having an open mind and this kind of stuff, and I'm not necessarily saying it from the whole hippie side of be open-minded, blah blah blah. I'm saying when you come in and start this business, I know me personally, I kind of had my set ways on I'm gonna essentially mimic what I learned at pest control companies, but do it better. Gonna be using the same chemicals, this and that and the other. And the thing that I found, and it didn't take me very long. Again, that's the one thing in business. If you take a long time to learn stuff, you're not gonna be in business very long. Like, you gotta constantly be learning and put this stuff to action, which requires an open mind, leading to our point of having an open mind running your business. Because if I had not adapted to my customers, my customers were telling me very early on, not literally telling me, but the information I was gathering from them was maybe we don't want just a standard cookie cutter quarterly service, paper service type of thing. Some people prefer paying month to month because it's easier for budgeting. Some people prefer paying a whole year up front so they get a better price. And then from a chemical side of things, I was under the belief that no chemicals really work well on spiders because they're not even an insect. They don't inhale the chemical through their abdomen. They don't what's the word I'm looking for? I'm having a total brain fart right now. But they're not an insect essentially, so nothing really works good on spiders. Well, come to find out, because of having an open mind, doing research, Onslaught Fast Cap, I'm sure most of you all know. If you don't know, it's a great chemical, works great on spiders and scorpions, another pest that a lot of people say you can't really do a lot about. it works great on both of them. And a lot of microencapsulated chemicals, for that matter, work great on spiders. But that's just one example, of open-mindedness, and I'm still, working through having an open mind. I'm not a very open-minded person, just going to be completely upfront about that. You can ask my wife, she's like, you're the most stubborn, blah, blah, blah. And I'm trying to work on that, not just in business, but in life too, because, it costs me money. Every time I'm stubborn about something, I'm to the point now where if I start to catch myself being kind of stubborn towards something, or I'm talking negative about it, like, oh, I don't know why somebody would do that. That's stupid. When I go back and reevaluate, I'm like, well, is it stupid, or is it stupid because you don't know about it, like you're ignorant to it? Trying to be more self-aware from that aspect of things. And it's not to say that every single thing that I think is dumb or won't work or whatever the case may be, that all those things end up being great. There's plenty of them things where I'll go back and I'll be like, yeah, no, that's fucking dumb, there's no way I'm gonna do that, or whatever the case may be, right? But just having that open-mindedness, it can literally be the difference between you staying a little small one-man guy who can barely get to six figures and being the guy who continues to grow at X amount percentage per month, per year, etc. Because, without having an open mind, you're not going to learn anything at the end of the day. And like I said, I know it seems probably so, not cliche, but just so... I don't even know what word I'm looking for, like so elementary, like so common sense, like, well, duh, of course you need to have an open mind. But again, I know a lot of people out here in this industry, in the service industry as a whole, who we just kind of get set in our ways. And the moment you stop learning is the moment your business is going to stop growing. And when it comes to businesses, I don't believe in staying neutral. I don't think being neutral, oh, I'm not growing, I'm just staying how I am, I don't think that's a thing. It just look at all businesses throughout history. Do research on businesses. Sometimes you'll see that businesses that aren't growing, they're dying. Like, you're never just staying the same way. Either you're going to be growing or you're going to be regressing, one way or another. Of course, if you're a one-man show, you can kind of just stay within a range roughly, but I'm talking about actual businesses. I'm not talking about solopreneurs or anything like that. I'm talking, most of you that are watching this channel, you're like me, you want to grow a business, you want to get employees, you want to be a real business corporation, not a solopreneur who is literally classified in the IRS code as, self-employed. Like, of course, we're still like self-employed, but I'm not even classified as like self-employed now because of how we have our structure set up, but different subject for a different day. I think that's pretty much it. I was trying to think real quick off the top of my head if there's anything else. Like I said, I know it seems pretty basic, like duh, but again, just catch yourself, catch how you're talking about things, catch what your initial thoughts are whenever you hear an idea from somebody that you may think initially may be dumb, may not be right, whatever the case may be. Catch yourself, because that might be just your limiting mindset, your closed-mindedness, kind of holding you back at the end of the day, not just in business but life as a whole, but especially in starting your pest control business and definitely growing your pest control business. I'll go into this a little bit more and when it comes to websites and stuff here in a future video, but if you haven't already, subscribe below, hit the bell icon. We're going to do part 6 probably tomorrow, or for sure by the end of the week, and then we're going to do another live stream later this week. Take it easy, guys.